Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are we doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest scum in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. We're just waiting for Max to honour us with his presence. Isn't that right, Max? Part of a P. What you on with, Max? Hey, what's going down? Here's Max. Women love him. Men want to be him. What are you doing putting a picture of Barry White up there?
I thought you liked the old Barry White picture.
Oh, Barry White. Hey, 2 seconds. Just need to forget me phone. I've got some. 2 seconds. Come on then, Max. You were saying, lad, what's been going on in the sport of boxing? What have you been up to?
um, Not much. I've had a couple of fights myself, pulled out. So yeah, just waiting for the new year to kick on. Really, moving back up my neck of the woods.
What for good?
Actually, yeah, for good now. I'm actually moving not far from you, where you used to live,
Yeah, why?
because I've got a half decent job around there.
Good man.
So
Don't mention it on here, Max, because she'll end up fucking with your fan club knocking on the door like me.
yeah.
You know when they knock on my door though, they get smashed.
More likely be turd parcels.
They get run out of town when they knock on my door, kid.
Yeah.
How's Big Ron?
How's Big Ron? Big Ron's good. He's good.
In
Yeah.
Thailand, isn't he?
Yeah, he is actually. Yeah. So yeah, he's doing all right. He's things. You know how it is. Things always bubbling.
Yeah, mate, that means he's not doing nothing, Max, when he says he's got something
Yeah.
bubbling. It means he's lining somebody up to pull the pants down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But hey ho, looks like Scott Brunt's just signed a promising Kazakhstan kid who's training out there in Thailand. More
Oh,
on
really?
more on that in the next 7 days. Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
that's good for Scott, isn't it?
To be honest, those are different gravy. Those kids out there, Kazakhstan, all around there,
Mm.
they just train like they're in dungeons for training. You
Well,
know, like
like you, Max.
oh yeah, I wish. No point. No point is no. Seriously, them lot are different gravy. So you look at all of them, and I think Terry's covered this on the channel. From Usyk to Bivol, them type of fighters, they just switch off the social medias, get in the dungeon, and go at it for a camp. And they're the best fighters. I mean, look at Khabib of the UFC, who fought McGregor, turned him over twice. The different gravy, the whole lot of them from that around that area. So yeah, so fair play to Scott Brunt on that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay then, Max. So what you weighing in at?
25.
25?
Yeah, yeah. So
25 stone?
no, 25, 20 and 5.
20 stone, £5.
Yes,
So you're weighing 285 then, yeah?
yes. So
Well,
I'm
that's not bad
step.
then, is it, Max, for you? Because I thought you might have put a couple of stone on over Christmas.
Do you know what? I hadn't had a proper Christmas because my mum hurt herself. She broke a collarbone. So I haven't really had a proper Christmas, mate. So I've been in and out of hospital seeing her. So it's probably done me, in ways, it's done me some good because I haven't had the only thing I haven't had like at my hands chocolates and sweets like I normally have. Been running here and out everywhere for fucking my mum. So yeah, so really, it's done me some good on that retrospect because I'll be piling it on by now. So yeah, um, but no, it's yeah. I mean, last time I spoke to you, I think I was 21 and 2, so I've dropped the best part of what £9 or £10 again since that photo I sent you.
Well,
So
that's not bad, then, is it?
yeah, so I've got to keep on it because when I moved from down there up here, obviously I've got to keep on it and just keep on that journey and not just deter away off it. So I've just got to keep the concentration on it. And it's easy when you're like you're on it and you concentrate. You just can't let it slip. Maybe slip half a day, but then make sure your next 7 or 8 days are good. You know what I mean? So it's the ways. It's just consistency. That's the key. That's how I found it anyway. So
What, you mean to losing weight?
yeah, it's just consistency. You got to keep consistent. If you just you know what I mean.
Well, look,
So
to prove a point, the other day I said to somebody, look, if you cut out rubbish, I mean, Julian first got me on this. Julian's lost a stone cutting out rubbish, didn't he, for a week? So
yeah,
I did it for a week, and there ain't really much to lose on me, but I ended up losing, I mean, £8, and I thought, God. And all I'd done was stop, just little tweaks here and there with what I eat. And then when I went back to it, I put that £8 back on. You see where I'm coming from?
yeah, absolutely.
Or £7 it was, something like that. So I was thinking to myself, oh. But whereas a lot of people, what they tend to do on 1st of January, they tend to just go full steam ahead and go really serious, and they crash and burn after a week. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It's
yeah, it's not
consistency.
exactly, and it's not sustainable if you do it that way. You cut it out every single bit you love. Yeah, you just become. It's just gone. You're just going cold turkey, aren't you?
You go
So you
miserable,
need.
don't you? You go miserable.
Yeah, exactly. In a blink of eye. So therefore, you're not going to stick to it. Give it the third weekend. You'd be
But what
bollocks
happens
it.
is you end up going downstairs at middle at night, about midnight, craving sugar or craving carbs.
Exactly right.
You know, like
Yeah,
yourself, Mads. There's been many a time when you've gone downstairs and you've raided that.
absolutely. Caned it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Max, when you come in from work, when before you get home, you ring up and you go, "What's for tea, babe?" And Leona goes, "Oh, I've got a big pan of stew and dumplings on Max." And you'll go, "Oh, I'll get my foot down." We know
Yeah.
what happens. It's easy done, isn't it?
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right. But yeah, no, it is what it is. So yeah, so got to keep going with it. So yeah, that's where I'm at
Okay.
really.
Right then, there's only one place to start, isn't there? Tyson Fury, the big gypsy dosser, he got flogged again by Usyk. What did you make of it all, Max? And what did you think to all the lickers all fight week and then the lickers the week after, pushing the narrative that Bricktop and the big gypsy dosser wanted? What did you make of it all, Max?
I mean, first of all, the result didn't surprise me. I said to all my mates, "You'll find." I mean, it's very rare, or it's very not common that, like the first result isn't the same. So
Yeah.
you knew that that's going to come anyway. The thing is with Usyk, we all know he's got that exceptional work rate. He can keep going through the gears, you know. Um, and what did he say at the press conference? He said it in the first one. Tyson, I'm not going to leave you alone, and that's what it's exactly what he does in the ring. He just stalks them all night, and do you know how annoying that is? Someone stalking you, yeah, they won't leave you alone, and it doesn't even give you that even range to let a jab or 1-2 off. He closes that in. So yeah, I mean, I had it, and I don't know, I can't remember what you had it as, Russ. I had it. I did actually have it 7-5 to Usyk, and that was me being generous
7-5.
to Usyk. Yeah,
He
and
turned
yeah, that was
7-5, man. He's bladdered him, man.
yeah, exactly. But that was me being, I've had 1 or 2 jars and thinking,
What, you
not
had a jar of beer?
yeah,
Max, I
yeah.
bet your head had gone on it.
Don't often drink no, but I was thinking, oh, let's have a couple of beers, a couple of Heinekens. So I watched it, and I
Good.
thought,
That's like going for a spicy curry and being given a casserole. Hang on. What is it? 3%? Do me a favour, Max. Pop, pop,
no,
Max.
it's not. Cheers, Russ. But anyway, watched it, but then I watched it again, and I had it like 8-4 to Usyk. So to be honest, Usyk it was a decent gap. I mean, I don't know why there was screaming robbery. You know, unfortunately, Tyson, he can't admit he comes out of all this goat stuff, and or you never heard it this time, the goat stuff, and to be honest, Usyk's the daddy. He's the one. He's the one. So, and rightly so. He's beating everyone in this era. He's got nothing else to prove. And he showed it again against Tyson. What does he have to do? Keep beating everyone twice in order to prove a point? Is that where we're at, Russ? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. So I'll ask you these questions and these bullet points, and I'll just you'll give me an answer. Tell me what you think then. So, was Fury robbed? Yes or no?
No, was he Eck?
Johnny Horsecock had Fury to win. What did you make of that?
Well, I don't know. He kept changing his opinion, didn't he?
Yeah,
Have you noticed
he
that?
bumped into Fury. He did an interview. He said, "I've just bumped into Fury. I think he's going to do it." Because so you can imagine at Waffle, they were getting Tyson, while Tyson was stood there getting it big stare. Old Johnny shriveled up like a prune.
This is what I mean. So he kept changing the narrative. Oh, Tyson. Yeah, Tyson. I think Tyson. And he kept changing his narrative. So, I mean, what do you expect? But I don't get that. Just stick with what you're saying first time around. But there's a few people like that. Spencer Oliver. Um, who else was there? I think it was. I mean, Adam Catchell kept to his same guns a couple of times. He kept to his same guns, so I had respect for him. But no, I mean, just keep to what your gut says or what you think. Duke McKenzie, I don't know if you ever listened to him. He said all the way through Usyk will win. He'll keep up in the work rate, and he kept saying how he wins. So I don't know why the people the others keeps turning around and saying, "Oh, Tyson could have it." So I don't know what they're playing at really. I don't know if it's just getting access or what. But
Okay. Billy Nelson's been annoying me for all fortnight. Is he ever going to shut up going on about Martin McCauley?
look, I know I've heard a couple of times from you, Russ, regarding Martin Bacoli. Yeah, Hunter blogged him, etc. And I understand that, and I understand where you're coming from. But Bacoli went out to America, beat Jared Anderson, who no one really would touch him at the time. So you got to give him credit there. Are they the worst set? Is he set to fight Caballero? Or was that, and I'm reading that wrong? Or was that someone else?
Well, they're saying he's going to fight Caballero on 26th of Feb, but we'll see, won't we?
Yeah. So
Because that
if he
means
go,
whatever happens with that fight, the establishment are getting rid of one of them because Caballero and McCauley are considered bogeymen, so they're putting them both together, aren't they?
yeah. So I mean, if Bacoli comes through that, surely you'd like to think he gets a shot. I mean, would you agree on that?
Well, I don't think they'll give him a shot if he beats Caballero because he's not commercially viable, is he? He's not engaging, is he? He's a big stiff who don't say anything, does he? I mean, you've got a big black fella from Nigeria and he's running around with a kilt on pretending to be a sweaty sock. I mean, it's confusing to me. So God knows what it is to boxing fans. What do you think?
Not from Nigeria. He's from the DRC, Dominican Congo Republic.
It's from where? Congo. Isn't that same thing in it? It's
No,
what is that next
Tony,
village? Nigeria?
that's like saying we're the same as the Welsh. You know what I mean?
You go, it's next village, isn't it? So he's from that area. When you look at end of the day, he's running around with a kilt on, and I can't get my head around it. Why are they dressing him in a kilt? It just looks so wrong.
Yeah, each their own. But you like to think though the winner of that will get a shot, and you like to think that. I think that's right.
It won't
Caballero.
happen. Won't happen.
Well, okay, but it should happen. If it
Yeah,
doesn't,
give him whoever wins that. They'll you can fight Pula but baby belt. That's what'll happen.
I mean, Caballero, regardless, he deserves a shot anyway because he's been sitting with that European for years.
Well, that's
So
his
to
own fault. He needs to get his sin out there and open his mouth on social media. Nobody knows who he is.
That's true. He was Joshua's sparring partner for a bit, wasn't he?
Fucking
So,
always the German, right? Ben Davidson saying he fought Fury one. What do you think to that?
oh God, pass me the sick bucket.
Eh?
Pass me the sick bucket. What was it? Where are we at here?
How much more embarrassing can boxer-sized Ben Davidson be? Come on. Did you see him practically knocking Fury off when he come out at ring? Telling him he won by a landslide. What planet are you on, Ben Davidson? He's my pal. It's my pal. He's a pal of mine. You're not my pal.
Do you know what it reminded me like Fury was the Pied Piper and like bloody Ben walked up to him or Fury had a load of sweets and
Yeah.
Ben bowed down to him. Oh God.
They sell their arseholes if they were on fours landing in Armley, them in 80s, right? I'm hearing the big gypsy losers appealed on the decision. Where do you think that appeal's going to go, Matt?
Get gone.
Get gone. Sam Jones, has he more splinters in his arse than Gary Lineker and Coogan Cassius put together?
Oh, scam Jones, scam
Yeah,
Jones.
that's mate.
Ugh. He's the one who keeps saying to me, "Oh, come on, oh, come on." No, you won't, Sam. Get gone.
He'll
Shut
never
up.
get on Porky's corner, him ever. So stop.
God.
Don't even ask him for him, Max. He's had his chance.
Yeah.
Uh, well, did you see him coming out squirming over White Rhino and Johnny Fisher result?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Johnny Fit. I mean, I've. Well, I sort of felt sorry for the White Rhino because he won that. That's it. He won that by at least a round. At least a round. Dropped to Johnny, and that's it. And Johnny was holding on for at least 5 rounds. He couldn't get a grip of himself. I
Yeah.
wish the White Rhino. All it took a big hit, a big right hander on that jaw of Johnny's, and he would have gone. I just didn't know why the White Rhino could have pulled it. You know, such a shame. But yeah, I mean, you're going to square them, aren't you? Because they thought we should have Dave Allen here. I think that was a foregone conclusion. But it just for that one night, what you said, and you've been saying it for weeks, one night Dave Allen can pull off something, and he nearly did it. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
He did do it, but he got robbed.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I don't see it happening again. I think he'll live off that, and he'll just become a bit fatter. He won't train.
More inactive.
Yeah, and he'll just, what I mean? Because he's not figured in that way of training. Him going towards Manchester, you got to think. Look, at all the logistics here. Like Johnny Fisher is just down the road to Mark Tibbs. He's there most days, and he does train his arse off. But there's Dave. He's got a bit on his plate. He's managing them fighters. He's doing that. He's doing that. Then he's bombing off to Manchester to like train with Jamie Moore from Sheffield. I mean? It's a bit of a trek. I mean? So from a demographic, he's got to be like committed today for that to happen again over a 10, 11 week period. I can't see it. I thought it was just had a bit of a purple patch area, and I don't think that'll happen again. I think he'll end up losing next time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I think Mark Tibbs will flog Johnny Fisher in the gym harder than ever, right? And make sure you won't get caught by the White Rhino because he was saying it in the corner to him previous rounds. I think it was in the second or third round. Right, be careful, Johnny. You're going to get caught if you keep putting that lead hand down at times when you bring it back in. And what happened on the and what happened on the fourth or fifth? He got caught and he went down, and you could just see like the camera went by Johnny Fisher's corner. Mark Tibbs, you can see the look on his face. I told him about that. So I just think it was an element of concentration switched off by Johnny, and it was lack of experience. But he'll grow on that, and he'll learn from that, and I think he'll come stronger next time around. He'll end up beating the White Rhino. That was White Rhino's golden chance to get a matchroom back on his side, but they won't now. They'll just feed him to the wolves now. They say, "Oh, you get another out, and that'll be it. See you later, Dave."
Do you think they'll get rid of Mark Tibbs?
No.
All right.
No. I think to be honest, See, this is the thing. What happened to Dylan White when he went away from Mark Tibbs? He lost here, there, and everywhere, didn't he? Mark Tibbs knows what he's doing. He gets you. You got to give Mark Tibbs his flowers because he gets every fight he has. They're in shape. They're in decent condition. You know, as much as I didn't like Ebony Bridges, you know, when she fought for Mark Tibbs, he got her in decent nick and get her fighting well with the best of their ability, as limited as well. You got to agree with that. So, you know.
Okay. Tony Jeffries says he just thought Usyk were too good for Fury in every single department. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think Usyk, he's got it all, isn't he? I mean, he can switch it up. He can come in the inside. He can box it right. But the thing is it's like you kept saying. You know, we compare these other pound for pounds, like from Crawford to and OU, all them lot, but he's giving 4 stone away, Usyk, and he's fighting people more or less abnormal compared to him. Yet his skill set overcomes that opponent each time. You know, so you know he's got the gears. He can go up through gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, and they can't keep with him. We've seen that against Fury. We've seen that against Joshua. We've seen that against Daniel Dubois. What happened, Russ, when Daniel Dubois parked the low blow? If we thought it was a low blow, no low blow, park that. What happened after that low blow? What happened, Russ?
Oh, Usyk went through gears, didn't he?
Yeah. So basically, he thought, right, either way, Daniel Dubois is becoming a problem. I'm going to live with go to a pace that he can't live with. And what happened? Dubois folded, didn't he? That's as simple as that. So that's what will happen again. So we don't want to see that. So Usyk is the best of zero, what Tony Jeffrey says. He's got everything.
Okay. Has Tyson Fury gone from being a hero, beating Vladimir, to a villain with the comments he made 10 years ago, and the same again now when he come back with all his mental health stories, and then he turned back into Mr. Vulgar, hasn't he? And basically the mask slipped. Do you think basically the the fans are not gonna let him be given a third chance because they gave him a chance after the Vladimir one, didn't they? But he's basically gone off and carried off like he has done on he again. What do you think?
I think they're going to be less forgiving. I don't think there's going to be many. There's always going to be that group or that group of Fury fans that anything that Fury does, he can't do no wrong. So you're always going to have that group. But then you're going to have those people on the fence sitters thinking, oh, admire what he's done, but don't like what he's done just recent. So partially true, but he's always going to have that cult following. Um, then you know how it is, Russ. They accept anyone in boxing, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be matter as such. He'll say something funny on social media about Joshua in like 2 months' time, and it'll all be forgotten about. And
Yeah,
that's
but that's where the masters at it, in it, manipulating the media because everybody's scared to death of them, aren't they? YouTubers.
yeah, exactly. And so unfortunately, as I'm glad. Look, I'm glad Usyk's the king and the daddy and everything. And what I hope from Usyk now is he retires. I hope he retires on that big fat zero.
All right.
Um, so
Max, got a lot to get through. Your answers are like 2 and 3 minutes too long, mate.
sorry, I'm just
Oh,
watching it.
you're getting like fucking James. Can be sent down, Max. Right. Was it Fury's fitness that let him down, Max? Yes or no? You don't have to give me a 10-minute answer.
Yes, it was.
Right, with fitness that let him down, right. Was he in good shape? Yes or no?
No,
On a mark out of 10, what shape were he in?
4.
Or do we want to see Fury Joshua? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Is it a busted flush though? Because there's no belts on line.
but it always was going to be a fan's favourite thing to watch, wasn't
Is
it?
it gone stale like Mayweather Pacquiao and Kelbrook Khan?
It's going towards the Kelbrook and Khan, but it's not like it's only halfway there. If they get it over for like summer, maybe possibly be fine. It's just Usyk's leftovers, isn't it? Fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can Dubai beat Usyk? Yes or no?
God, no, absolutely not.
No.
Definitely not. No, no, definitely not.
Should Usyk retire?
I hope so. I mean, the one thing I will say is, let's say you got Dubois v Parker. Parker beats Dubois. Let Usyk defend it against Parker, for example. Then let Usyk retire. Let him have that last fight, maybe by Usyk, because Usyk will flog Parker. Um, and it'll be just to say, oh yeah, I've beaten everyone in the generation. I mean, although it's not a fight that we may particularly want to see, but you can see he's just defended it again. Just what a champion does, sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, Usyk, yeah, I'd love to see him retire. And just say he's the GOAT because it's nice, and plus he deserves it.
Okay. Uh, Fury said he was going to ice Usyk, but he didn't. Was it his own fault or his team's? As in my opinion, Porky, he looked flabby. That's from Jonathan. Yet another question from Jonathan. Thanks, Jonathan, though. Keep them coming.
Um, the thing is, he said the same thing in the first one. I mean, he couldn't get into U6 head because it's like a safe. You got to unlock that bugger. So you know, I mean, what Fury says and what he does are two different things. I mean, when's it the last time we've seen Fury good? What? Maybe one of the Wilder fights. You could argue that was the last time he good. And who's he fought since then? Um, White, Chisora.
Rhino, Chisora,
Yeah. So
boy,
yeah. So they're not
Wallin.
yeah. So they're not preparation for Usyk. Let's be honest. They're not that level. If he had a hard fight against maybe Bacoli or someone like that, or who's a bit of a curveball, you might think, oh, actually, he's had the better preparation. But
Yeah.
he's never had that preparation. He's had. I mean, let's be honest. White's nearer British level than he is ever to world level. So Fury was always going to win that. So point I'm trying to make is that
What you trying to make you boring me, Max? Spit it out, man. 5 minute answers, you cunt.
whoa, who took the jam out of your
You answer the
donut?
question, Max. You're going down other avenues. You done me head in. I ask you a simple question. You give me his life story. I don't want to know how big his feet are, what he eats for breakfast. Spit it out. Jesus. I bet Leona, you've got your work cut out with this sausage, haven't you?
Sorry.
Max, just spit an answer out. You're going down, you're confusing me shit.
It's not hard to confuse you. Flip it out. Just put like, I mean, right, yeah.
Are you
So,
still driving around in that brand new V8 Merc, Max?
yes, I am, and I
50
love it.
grand for a car, 10 to gallon. You need your head looking at.
Well, look, look, well, what's it to you? If I
I'm
like
just
it,
saying, Max, I drive a car 90 to gallon. You drive 110 to gallon.
yeah. So what? I'd
I
like to
think
have
you're
a
out your
change
mind.
up.
You think you Puff Daddy, don't you?
I hope not, because he's up in court. Him, he's up in court. Him, no, definitely not.
Right.
Right, where were we before you rudely interrupt?
Max. Fury said he was going to knock Usyk out.
Right, it didn't
And
happen, and that was it.
you ended up going out with his shoe size and what he has for his tea.
Well, that's only yeah. So basically, he couldn't do it. That was
You
it.
say he
That's the
won't
end of.
happy, Max, and he won't fit. That's all you had to say, mate. You didn't have to bore me.
Oh, yeah, I thought I'd make it interesting
Joshua,
for
is
you.
he retired because he's hiding from Dubai? Isn't he? Where is Anthony Joshua? Check bus stations, airports, ferry terminals, taxi ranks. Check under your bed. He's hiding.
It's probably in the studio doing rapping.
Why would
Um,
you put a rematch clause in a fight, get beat, and not activate the rematch? Is it because he shit his pants? Or will the rematch clause there just in case he got jobbed on the card? Because nobody said anything about him getting flogged like he did they?
no, like Joshua doesn't need to take it. Have the Fury fight and be done. That's it.
All
That's it.
right. How many more years will Tyson Fury fight Porky? I say 10 because he's greedy. What do you say, Max?
I think he'll go off his nut. I think he'll. I think this loss. He won't be able to live with it.
Well,
This
from what I've
loss.
heard now, the full steam ahead over there in Morecambe. Him, Isaac, Lowe, and all the rest of Monitor Lizards are all going for it. So we're going to see what happens when he bails out of some pub in middle of January, won't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to go on a bender
On a bender, mate. They're on the bender of benders at the moment, from what the word is.
that's what I'm saying. So what's yeah? Who says that Joshua fights he's going to be available? Imagine a Joshua flogs Fury. Can you imagine?
I know.
Can you imagine what happens if Joshua beat Fury? Being conned.
He won't be able to show his face ever again, would he?
Can you imagine? It'd be like, well, I was good and then I wasn't. Yeah, I'm saying,
Okay, Max. Can Elmer Fudd beat the White Rhino in the rematch? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
All right. What about his dad, John Candy, saying that they won the first one? What do you think to that?
Look, if it was you would say the same thing. Let's be honest. You're back for your
No,
son.
mate. Listen, mate. I'd be honest if it were my lad, and I said, "Did you win?" Because I didn't think you did. I'll just tell it straight. I'm harsh as oak, mate. You know me, Max. I won't be.
Yeah, I know, but it's different when it's your own son.
How is it, Ike, mate? Listen, listen. It wasn't a very hard fight to score. Fisher won the first, right, and then that leaves six. But Allen had a 10-8 round. After that,
Yeah.
it were all Allen won it. So I don't know where they're coming from. That Elmer but won the fight, and Elmer looked embarrassed, and he was the one in hospital, and all that
Mm.
hugging and kissing and all that after. That's bullshit, man.
Playing
Bullshit.
the game, it's
Would hear this and that. Every telling me the Rhino wants to sit there telling him that. Just playing game to get rematch.
well, I mean, playing not playing the game has got him frozen out. So he's going to play. He's going to do the opposite, isn't he?
Okay, then what about John Coffey getting in ring after Usyk bladdered Fury? What do you make of that?
He
Hey,
he was told to do that. Come on.
I mean,
Yeah.
why did Bricktop tell him to do that, or had he been eating too much cornbread? Which were it?
probably eating too much cornbread and wanted to ice another 100 people to join John Fury with his 100.
Is he a full-time Whopper, Dubar? I mean, it looked to me like he was stumbling on his lines. He'd forgotten his lines when he got in there.
Dubai, he is what he is, and to be honest, he's a good boxer. Let's, but he shouldn't have he shouldn't have another match against Usyk. Well, why does Usyk have to beat everyone twice? I don't get it.
Teddy Atlas roasted Bricktop, didn't he, for his opinion on the scores? But Bricktop were running around saying Oscar De La Hoya had Fury winning by 4 rounds, and Oscar's done an interview with Radio Raheem. He said, "No, I had Usyk winning by 4 rounds." So what were
Good.
Bricktop on trying to build armies?
Well, he's smoking something, and I'd like to know what it is because I'd have some.
Did Bad Living catch up with the Gypsy King? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Turkey owning Ring Magazine, is it good for the sport? I don't think it is because they'll manipulate the rankings. What do you think?
I'm on the fence for this
Not
because
because you want to get out there in Saudi, Mac, you licker.
no,
Like
no,
rest
no.
of them.
Why not? I mean, if you got off the chance,
You think I
right?
have to
Look,
go out there, mate? I'll end up coming back with one arm. They'll be calling me Flipper.
look. Let's look at your mate Cole Froch.
Well,
He's had his palm greased. Simple. Going on
him,
about.
I'm not him.
Yeah, hold on. He was giving it all large on YouTube. Right now, he's gone out there and he's having photos.
I'm not him. I've just told you, I'm not him. All
I'm just saying. I'm just
right?
saying.
Let me just tell you, I'm not him.
I'm just saying. He's bigged up. I'm just giving Cole Froch as an
Oh, it's
example.
up to him, innit? But it ain't for me, that.
Yeah. Well, he's getting his arm greased and everything, and he's having photos with Amir Khan. So it just shows, a few quid with someone who has got a few quid. Yeah, I'm saying he's been
It didn't
he's
me,
been
mate.
he's been softened up, hasn't he?
Well, I'm surprised, but hey ho. Can Usyk hang in any era?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, you got to think if he fought someone like George Foreman, I think he'd take George Foreman apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just certain fighters he'll take apart back in that era, just because of his pace. He's an old school fighter if you think about it, Usyk, because they didn't weigh much less than he did back in Larry Holmes's day, and so yeah, and he's a southpaw, so they couldn't cope with southpaws even more so back then. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ben Eubank, is it on? They're saying it isn't on now, and there's massive issues behind the scenes. What do you think?
Um, well, that's quite interesting because when they came out and said, "Oh, right, UCAD has lifted the suspension," or no, sorry, I
There's a
quote,
twist in the tail, isn't there now?
yeah, because he was clear to fight. He was cleared,
Yeah.
right? Cleared. The word cleared. They always use these different narratives, don't they? Cleared to fight, or he's available to box. All these different twists. Now,
Instead of saying he's
the,
got a not guilty or he's clear, they don't say that, do they?
exactly. So he served his ban, but there's something to do with VADA outstanding. VADA or the blockage on him fighting in a minute. So until VADA, and a VADA, I think I gather, quote me if I'm wrong, a little bit more powerful or have a little bit more of a influence than UCAD, you see. So VADA, I don't think are shifting what they want to do. So until they shift, he won't be boxing in time soon. I don't think so anyway. Not for the next 6 months yet, as of yet. Because
All
the last dope tests were with VADA, wasn't it? So
All right, Max. Is that your answer to that, Max? Yeah.
yeah, that's the one.
Right, go on to part two, Max.
All right, mate.
Cheers. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Big up to all them people sharing the videos on your app and your social medias. All right, that were Max. As you can hear, he's boring as all. He drags every answer on forever, man. He's like talking to Joe fucking Egan, isn't it? You ask Joe Egan, how are you doing, Joe? He'll give you a 25-minute answer. That's Max. Right, on to part two.